Imagine your state television telling you to uninstall a globally popular messaging app like WhatsApp right now. That's exactly what just happened in Iran. And it signals, well, a really new chapter in their ongoing digital lockdown. Today, we're diving deep into Iran's recent crackdown, this escalating cyber warfare between Iran and Israel, and what it truly means when national security priorities collide head on with digital freedom. We've been sifting through reports from state media, cybersecurity experts like Radware, news outlets like the New Arab, trying to uncover the layers here. It's complex.
It really is. And it kicked off with this immediate controversy, didn't it? Iranian state TV claimed WhatsApp collects user data for Israel. But crucially, they offered absolutely zero evidence for that.
Right. No proof.
And WhatsApp itself, which is owned by Meta, flatly denied the reports.
Yeah.
So right away, you're in this contested information space.
And it's not just, a public warning about one app. That's just the tip of the iceberg, it seems. The government's taking far broader steps.
Oh, absolutely, much broader. Iran's cybersecurity agency has actually banned state officials and their bodyguards from using any internet-connected mobile phones. Also, smartwatches, laptops, basically anything connected if they're on public networks. This isn't just advice, it's a hard rule.
Wow. Okay. That's a significant move, especially locking down officials like that. What's the specific worry driving this beyond just, general security fears?
Well, if you connect the dots, it really points to a deep-seated suspicion. It seems Iranian authorities suspect that Israel actually used digital signatures from electronic devices.
Digital signatures.
Yeah, like the unique identifiers our phones and devices constantly give off. They think Israel used those to pinpoint and target the country's military leadership in recent attacks.
Okay, hang on. When you say digital signatures, what exactly are we talking about? How could they be used for targeting?
That's a great question. Think of it like a digital fingerprint for your
Yeah.
device. Your phone, your watch, they're often broadcasting unique signals, IDs.
Mm-hmm.
If someone collects enough of that data, these sort of digital breadcrumbs, they can potentially figure out who is where.
Even in supposedly secure locations.
Potentially, yes. It turns your personal tech into a possible liability on the battlefield, essentially. It's a very modern form of intelligence gathering.
So it's not just the officials being affected by this digital tightening then? It sounds like it's extending to the general public, too.
That's right. We're seeing reports that landline phones, regular home phones, can't make international calls anymore. And many international websites are just blocked for average users.
Blocked, like completely inaccessible.
Seems that way for many. And all this taken together, it really points towards Iran pushing harder for what they call the halal net.
Yeah.
It's basically a long-planned move towards a locally controlled, heavily filtered internet, designed specifically to limit access to global information and push government-approved content instead.
So for the average person in Iran, what does this actually mean day to day? Especially given there were signs not long ago of things maybe loosening up.
Yeah, that's what makes this so jarring, right? It's a major policy reversal. Just a few months back, end of 2024, Iran's Supreme Council of Cyberspace had unanimously voted to lift restrictions on WhatsApp and Google Play.
Unanimously.
Wow.
No.
President Masoud Pezeshkian even called it the first step in removing internet restrictions. Minister Sattar Hashemi talked about progress towards wider internet freedoms. Remember, those platforms got blocked back during the 2022 protests after Mahsa Amini's death.
Right, I remember that. Though even when they unblocked them, people said it didn't change much because other big ones like Instagram and Telegram were still blocked.
Exactly. Many Iranians felt it was more symbolic than practical back then. But now, it's the complete opposite direction. These new restrictions mean Iran's digital world is actually more isolated now than it has been in months. Security concerns are clearly overriding any hope citizens had for more connectivity. The digital news is definitely tightening.
And this whole digital lockdown, it's not happening in isolation, is it? Iranian media are talking about a massive cyber war. They're saying Israel launched it against Iran's digital infrastructure.
It absolutely seems to be part of a wider conflict. We're seeing a huge escalation on the cyber front. We actually have some hard data on this. According to Radware, a cybersecurity firm, since those Israeli attacks on Iranian nuclear and military sites around June 13th, cyber attacks targeting Israeli systems have jumped by an incredible 700%.
700%. That's staggering.
It is. And the New Arab reported over 100 hacking groups are actively attacking Israeli infrastructure right now.
And this is happening at the same time as these alleged Israeli operations that reportedly took out around 20 high-ranking Iranian commanders
Go ahead.
and really hit their military capabilities.
Exactly. The timing isn't coincidental. Ron Myron, he's the VP of Cyber Threat Intelligence at Radware, he directly linked this huge spike in cyber attacks to, quote, cyber retaliation operations conducted by Iranian state actors and pro-Iranian hacking groups.
So it's retaliation.
Seems very likely. It really raises this big question about, the new front lines in modern war. Digital measures, controlling information, cyber attacks. They're becoming just as critical as tanks and planes. The lines are blurring fast.
So let's just recap. We went from a state warning about a single app, WhatsApp, to this sweeping digital lockdown affecting everyone from top officials to ordinary citizens. And it's all playing out against this backdrop of a really intense, rapidly escalating cyber war. It's a lot to unpack.
It really is. And what this deep dive shows, I think, is this fundamental tension Iran is grappling with. How do you balance what you see as urgent national security needs and these very real digital threats with the basic desire of your population to connect, to access information? It's an incredibly difficult balancing act. And the choices Iran makes now could have huge implications, maybe even set precedents for other countries facing similar pressures.
It's a stark reminder, isn't it? How quickly a nation's whole approach to the internet can pivot when under pressure, and the immense power governments now have over the digital spaces we all rely on. So, thinking about all this, what really stands out to you about how nations are increasingly using the internet itself, controlling it, maybe even weaponizing it? And what could that mean for the future of digital freedom, not just in Iran, but globally?